Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Quick voiceover as the audio was borderline unlistenable because of the wind, but here we go. Everyone knows Katie. She's been on the channel. What's up, Katie? You remember Mees from my former video? And then we have Anthony, who's the biggest sandbagger you'll ever meet. We're gonna play 2v2 match play. I'm not sure what handicaps are. I'll throw it on the screen right here, but Anthony's about to tee off. Let's do it. So as you probably saw, this is going to be the back nine of Reston National. So hole 10, which is what we're on right now, is going to be hole 1 of our match. And I'm really liking this ball. I told Meesog that I'm going to send this one because we had tailwind. And for those that have played this, this actually used to be a 4-5 option. So if you played it as a 5, it's a par 72. If you played it as a 4, it's a 71. I think the Grint has this as a par 4, so that's what we had. But just remember that because it'll come into play later when I go on my rant. But anyway, here are our tee shots, and wow, Anthony sends one as well. How many strokes do you think he plays a fade, and he just knows how to keep his ball in play. So with the wind behind us, it was really, really good. And then here's Katie. She didn't want to be left out and said, "What's up, guys? I'll have to drive all of you." So you're gonna see her ball actually passed every single one of ours. And I actually decided to gun mine back because it was really deep. And oh, damn it, that sucks for me, Sog. He hit like the one branch and it came straight down. But anyway, I was saying that I decided to gun my drive because it was deeper than usual and actually clocked in at 297 when I hit the spot back. According to the Grint, it was over 300, but I don't believe that, so we'll just say 297, but maybe we can round out. But the drive doesn't matter. We all know it's about the approach, and I decided to club down, and thank God I did because I cleared that bunker and leaked it right. It's a little fadey, but you know what? Up and down, we can get a par all day. And then here's Katie's approach, same thing. You know, it's glad she took a little extra club. She cleared the bunker by a lot. And then here's Meesog's third shot after he hit the tree and it came down. And for those that came from the previous video where, just a reminder that this is Meesog's first round in 6 months. So you have to give him some props for being able to even just strike the ball after taking such a long period off. He actually ends up putting together a pretty good front nine. This is now officially his back nine, and I'll kind of call out at the end what he ends with close to his handicap. But here we go. All 4 of us are pretty close down to chipping and putting. It's what match play golf always comes down to. A little deep. And so one quick thing is that Reston National, it plays to like a 130 something slope, so it's extremely difficult. The actual layout isn't hard, but it's 1000% the greens. It's borderline like unplayable. So whoever pissed off the greenskeeper today, I'm gonna show you and try to call out a few of the pins. If you came from my first video in the front nine, you'd see how ridiculous a few of them are. But there's actually one pin in particular, hole 17, that we're gonna get to that is just like the best putters in the world with 3-putt. It's just 3-putt city. It's absolutely insane. So we'll get to that in a moment. But I mentioned that because that chip that sailed on me, I actually thought I hit my spot and it was good, and it just continued to roll out. So it was, you know, just not easy on the greens. And could you argue that we're all shitty putters? I mean, yeah, that could factor in. You're not wrong. We're gonna go with the greens though. That's definitely what we're gonna go with. So I think I clipped the video a little short, but Anthony puts it into gimme range, and that was basically for the hole. That was for a 5-4, I believe. So this is for my pure bogey, and because I already lost the hole, it's just for pure honor, because I'm an honorable guy. Please take note of that. Goose, update the rankings. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. So down 1, going into a par 3, and I think this was playing about 165-ish. But we did have some tailwind with us, so it was kind of tricky to figure out what was the number and how to play it, but here we go. Good. Just to the right. Behind the tree. Little toey, but that's going to be beautiful. Get left. Ooh. Nice shot. Really good shot. Let me take that. All right, Katie's behind that tree. Funny angle. It's like literally, you can't see her, but see what happens. Oh, good shot. Really good shot. Oh my, Katie. I think this is the first time in all the golf that I've played, I think I can officially say I have the putter yips. If you saw my front nine, I think I started with back-to-back 3-putts and almost 3 in a row. And the putter was always my safety club. I just felt really good, get it on the green, and I could usually 2-putt. Luckily in this 9, I cleaned it up a lot and it looks better, but I am completely lost standing over the ball. Nothing feels good. I'm trying new strokes, I'm trying new grips. I'm overthinking it. I actually stopped lining up my ball because I feel like lining it up made me think too much. So your boy is searching. Anyway, back to the hole. So Anthony and I were already in for pars, so we told Mees to pick that up. Let's move on. And, you know, this one for Katie was also good. So on to the next hole. They have the box. No blood. So in Anthony's defense, his driver was actually fairly locked in the front 9. And for the first few holes, you can see, the downside of playing a fade is, you know, he's smart enough to know to line up on the right side of the box and kind of aim a little left. And it probably just mentally effed with them, seeing all the nets and trees and there's a neighborhood. It happens. But he hits a really, really good second shot. Funny, golf is always a game of second shots. As proven by my video, shameless plug, go check it out. I have a video that shows me playing only my second ball. Spoiler alert, I actually shoot under par. So I'm telling you, the saying's true. Hit the net and come down. Yep. Hey. Let's go, baby. Thanks, Matt. There you go. That's a shot. Good strike. That's fine. It'll be left rough.
It worked.
It's a worm burner.
Fairway.
It rolls into the fairway,
really
like
good.
right in the middle. Oh, be the number. Be the number. Why is he hitting it straight now? Yeah, about 10 pounds you got.
Be the number. Go through. Let's go, baby.
And you're going to see me and Mees get hyped after this shot, and I'll explain why in a moment.
Go.
Hey, you're welcome.
Let's go, baby.
Welcome. When did you ever take a gap, baby? I asked him what he had in his hand, and if you saw from that lie, he had a little ball below his feet. It was in the rough, and he had to kind of keep it low because of the branches. And so I think it was 95 yards, and he had his 100-yard club. And you never want to do that. You always want to take a little extra club, choke down, especially if the ball's below your feet, control it and let it get on. So I think last minute he switched to like a pitching wedge, and look what happened. He puts himself to like 6 feet for par. So little things like that can really save a round, and you know, those are maybe the things you might forget or you don't remember when you're actually on the course playing. You know, I think he did hit the driving range in his defense a few times over the 6 months, but it's like those little on-course tactics and little things that you forget about because, again, hitting off and into the rough rather than on a mat, completely different. So, yeah, we'll get him back, close to mid-season form.
There it is,
Oh,
Katie.
good ball.
K-fly.
Good putt.
Cold-blooded. And I think this is easily my drive of the day. I hit my exact line and target. You can see on the little graph on the left that you do want to play a draw. I think I hit a speed slot as well. And then when I clocked in, so this hole's probably playing like 4 something. It said 402 on the card. It might have been a little different based on where the pin is. Let's just say 400 for the sake of argument. I believe I had 112 in, so that means I clocked it like 290-ish, roughly. And I don't really carry the ball really far, so when I can hit a good draw and it gets a rollout, you know, I'm putting pretty good spots. And then, of course, I guess Katie had to see what I did and had to one-up me. So she's playing one tee box up, just so we're clear. She's playing from the white tees. Yes, white tees. And look at that draw. And when I told her, like, hey, did you swing hard or did you catch it good? She's like, that was the best feeling. I think she caught that super center face. When I ended up gunning her drive, she was 271. Unfortunately, and the downside for her is she hit it too good and too far, and you're going to see in a moment what happened. But here's my approach after a bomb drive, and this is what golf's all about. Driving 300 doesn't matter. You got to stick it close. So I believe I had 112-ish, and I actually decide, instead of playing a gap wedge, which is like 115, 120, I actually take a pitch, choke down. The ball's a little below my feet, so similar to Meesog's shot from the hole before, and I was in the rough. So I played a controlled pitch, and I stick it really close. That's my ball to the right. And then Meesog actually has a pretty good chip on as well, so he just needs to make a putt and get out. Then I missed Anthony's second shot, but it ends up here, and dang, that just sucks. So we've all been there before. It's not fun. And then, of course, back to my saying, golf is a game of second shots. I mean, look at that. Of course, the second one's perfect, gets it out, and getting some roll. So anyway, here's Katie for a 4-net 3, and this would put pressure on my birdie putt, kind of forcing me to make it. It's good. It's good, Katie. Yeah, we'll give it to you. So for all the viewers out there that are chirping, like, Mark, why'd you give that to her? It's match play. First off, I'm a damn gentleman. Remember that. But second, I was just so confident I was going to make this putt that I was like, pick it up, no worries. And shame on me. For any reason I do miss this putt, or if I end up 3-putting, then I don't deserve to win. So that's kind of the logic going in. But here we go. I know I'm draining this, and it's no... Oh my God, Mark, hit the damn weight room. Ugh, that's been my biggest issue so far. I've been leaving putts short. It goes back to my comment earlier, some of the putter yips, but oh well. Back to the driver, which has been locked.
Yeah, Mark. Nice shot.
So just for the viewers at home, just so we're clear, the camera is not crooked. This is like a really weird, slanted, slopey to the right type fairway. And oops, there's Meesog's. He shanked it off the tee, and actually it proves my point of how it's really slanted. Everything feeds to the right. You'll see in a moment he ends up in the right rough. And actually, his miss, that's a fantastic miss hit. Even though he kind of shanked it or towed it and it just rolled, it got like 160, 170 yards. So this isn't a long par 4. He's still in striking distance. And unfortunately, I think Katie and Anthony, they both go OB. So the door is wide open for me and Meesog to try and go one up and put some pressure onto this match. And here's Meesog with a really, really good strike. He ends up pulling it, however, into the tree. The golf god said, Meesog, don't worry, I got your back. You've been off for 6 months, and it kicks down, and he is in the rough. So he's actually still in play, can get up and down for par. We let Katie and Anthony actually drop. I think we just pick a spot from where we both saw, and they drop roughly in the same place. I want to say they're about 150-ish out. Anthony stripes it good, but he ends up slicing it right, and I think he's chipping on. And then Katie hit that a little heavy, kind of a chunky monkey. And then when your boy is locked in, he is locked in. This is probably my approach shot of the day, and that's even better than the one I had last hole, which I stick to 7 feet and missed the birdie. This one, I believe it was 153, 155-ish. I take my 8-iron, and I actually thought I hit it long. The wind was swirling, and I thought the wind took it, but you're going to see in a moment, I actually stuffed that pin. So when your boy gets hot, he gets hot. I feel like I can play on tour, but it doesn't matter. Driving, approach, it doesn't matter. You got to make putts. But anyway, here's Katie, Meesog, and Anthony's all chip shots on, and this shot is incredible. Whoa. So I know that I had a pretty good camera angle of that shot, but from where he was standing, he was well below the hole. Pretty sure it was a blind shot. He had a bunker in front of him and could barely see the pin. But, you know, all that doesn't matter if I can just make this putt and close the door. And oh, thank you, golf gods. Thank you. Your boy is on the board, Birdman. We are back to even par. And the best part is we're feeling good. We're feeling locked. Driver is still locked. Irons are there. Now the putter gets hot. Watch out. Speaking of driver being locked, this one, Oh, it was so close to being perfect. I wanted it to turn over just a little more, so I caught the roll in the fairway, but it's a good life when you're complaining about missing your spots by like 5-ish yards. It's still in play. That's the good news, and it's a par 5. And I'm going to take 3-wood, spoiler in a moment, and try and reach, so we'll see what happens.
He knows his game. He's coming back.
That is perfect. Oh, that got the worst kick ever. Did you see that?
I didn't see where it was.
It works. Nice.
It worked out.
It's really good. And Meesog's shot's going to look like a shank, but he was actually trying to play like a punch draw, which he actually does really, really good. So that's all he could do with those trees and branches in his way. Then unfortunately, poor Anthony, you could see him complaining. I think in his backswing, he ends up hitting a branch and left with him. He got it out, but
I probably can't get a
just always
tracer on
sucks.
that,
It's
but
never
that should be
fun.
pretty damn good.
And this is personally my favorite shot of the day. I'll explain in just a second. Oh yeah, we are shot shaping and locked. So for everyone that knows, I despise my 3-wood. I literally use it 0 times around. I think in Palm Springs, I use it a total of 1 time out of 126 possible holes. I just hate my 3-wood that much. It's funny because my 3-wood, for some reason, I can't figure out how to not be over the top, and it's a slice. As you can see here, you actually need like a power fade to get to the pin. I told Meesog, I'm feeling good, your boy's getting cocky, let's whip the 3-wood out. And I end up putting a really, really good stripe on it. And again, golf is so fun when you are commanding the ball, controlling it, and it's going where it goes. The downside is, since I don't hit it very far, even a driver 3-wood, I'm still a little short on a par 5, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, and here we go. This is my approach shot. So hit a 56 degree into about 60 yards. We stick the green, should be closer, but you can see it was kind of a tricky shot with that bunker on the right. I decided just to play it left, and here's Meesog.
What a ball. God, look at this guy. Why is he so sexy?
So I think I missed Katie and Anthony's shots because I was just tooting my own horn and getting hyped on myself, but I think they were kind of smacking it around. They end up in this bunker, unfortunately. It is so tough. Like, Katie, I feel terrible for you here because first off, look at her lie. Second, the sand, especially where she's standing, it was borderline not real sand. It was still kind of hard. So not only is she on the lip, she doesn't have a real stance, and yeah, that's just tough.
Nice out. There it is. All right. Oh, I like that a lot. What a ball.
Okay, putter, don't let me down. Be good to me. The putter yips do not exist. You're the best putter in the world. Come on. My only swing thought here when I was about to hit the putt was just don't leave it short. As you can probably hear a little bit, the wind was blowing and swirling. I think I got it there. I actually didn't hit enough to have my line actually follow through, but I'm not going to complain at a 2-putt, but the downside there is I still kind of babied that putt. Like, yes, it was like a 15, 18 footer, so it's still kind of far, but I got to give those a run, give myself a chance if I ever want to score well, but you know what? Never mattered a par.
Get in the hole.
Oh, wow.
Get in the hole.
Wow.
Well done.
Thanks. It was so... Woo!
Oh my God, go in. Let's go. Nice ball.
Thanks.
All right, so I don't know if you can see, but Meesog's behind this. He has to flop it over onto the green. My guess is he's probably, if I had to guess, 65 yards. Here it comes. Oh, that's gonna be a beauty. Oh, what a ball. From over there, what a ball. We got Anthony for birdie. Ooh. Wow.
So what a putt from Anthony. That was a hell of a lag putt. And because he gets a stroke, he's technically in for a 3-2, basically meaning that I need to hit this putt just to have the hole. That's never fun. Birdies to have holes. We are playing some golf, ladies and gentlemen. And if you remember my rant earlier, that's the most ridiculous putt ever. I think I left that so short. We end up cleaning it up. We pick it up. I have a par, but they
Get your
win
par,
with a,
Katie.
I guess technically Anthony, God, that's Katie and Anthony both have net birds. Yikes, we're in trouble. So anyway, we had a 2-hole lead. We just blew one there, or you could say they won it. You know, gosh, they did. Double net birdies. But here we go. We have ourselves a match. We are up 1 going into 17, and for some reason, I've played Reston like 30, 50 times in my lifetime. This hole 17, it just has my number. I literally don't know why. It's pretty narrow. It's pretty upslope on your approach shot. It introduces, I think you have the street and cars to your right and all around you. It's just, there's a lot going on. I always play this hole as a bogey is okay. I'd love to par or better one day. And the tracer was actually pretty nice to be there. I borderline snap hook and it rolled, and it hung on because the rough caught it, but it was not a good start for me. And then look at that. It's a slanted ball below my feet, and that was a toey shank with my hybrid. I almost lose balance, but hey, I will take those misses where you're moving it forward and still in play. Trust the short game. And then if you remember from my rant earlier, the stupid effing greens, so take a look at this in just a moment. You're going to see all of us bitch about the greens. I actually think I cut out our convo after this hole, how ridiculous it is, but look at this shot I have coming up.
Roll on, just short.
So it's kind of a back right pin, so I decided to hit it on the right and let it ride the slope. Look where I hit. I actually hit my spot, and then look where my ball ends up. It basically takes a 90-degree turn to the left and rolls out. And here's a good example of how ridiculous this is. He babied that, as you saw. It hit the fringe, and look where it's rolling out to. It all funnels down to there. Look at Katie's putt right here. Like, this is just an impossible pin. Like, what the hell were the greenskeeper thinking? And then it doesn't help my case as I'm going on this rant. Meesog, it's... You're going to see in just a moment here, but he is not helping my case. I should have edited this video out, but just take a look at this.
That's a really nice.
Oh my.
But I think you all saw at the end how that ball wanted to start turning 90 degrees. That's the slope. So we are now putting up that. And Anthony, I mean, he hit that hard. He hit that really hard, and look how short that is. It might not show in my putt coming up, but I actually blast mine, and I'm not going to spoil if I make it or not, but I put some pace on it. And then here's Katie pretty much to try and win the hole, and then look at that thing turn. My God. So Mark, go ahead and get you one. Yikes. I'm actually really happy with that putt. Look at the pace. And I don't know if I cut it out. Please tell me I didn't. But you'll see that I actually dropped the ball. I take my ball, I cut it out. I take my ball and I drop it by the pin, and it starts rolling backwards to where I was. That's how ridiculous it was. So anyway, that was a big hole because we blow our lead. We are officially all square going into 18. And yes, you saw that right. Anthony took an iron out for hole 18. That's when you know it's a good match. He wants to win, competitive guy. He just wanted to put it in play. And for those that have played this, you have Sunrise Valley, the entire screen on the right-hand side. But you know what? Me and Meesog will clutch up. We need baby draws down the middle. Here we go.
There you go. Way to one up me. Beautiful shot. Oh yeah, bouncing.
Oh my God, pin hunting. Come on.
walking it. He's walking it, camera. He likes it. What did I tell you? Hey, Mees, let him know. Oh, he's got the dancing shoes on. He's got the dancing shoes on. When Meesog was dancing, you might have noticed a cart drive off on the left-hand side. That was the marshal and the greenskeeper, so I was extra nervous with a couple of eyes watching us, and Meesog clutched up and hit a really good one.
Come back left. Top left. Come back left. Let's go. Go long. That's good.
Anthony, I think he's hitting 3. It's coming up. He had to punch it out a little bit because of the trip. No. It's not bad. All right, guys, we have a really close match. Me and Mees are on the greens, you can see there and there for bird. Katie just missed the green here for, she's hitting 3, but she gets a stroke on us, so she's 3 net 2 right now.
Oh, that's so hard. Hit it. No.
Oh, good par. Okay, so here's the scenario. We're in for a par. Katie's hitting par but net birdie, so this is to win the entire match. The entire match is on this.
Here, Mark, trying to get my head.
Just don't leave it short. Please give it a run. Please give it a run. It can't be short. It can't be short. Katie.
Get it.
All right, the pressure. God, Katie just had. I just saw the biggest exhale ever. She is.
Okay, let's try.
Okay, so this is to officially try and have the match.
Tell me if this looks
This is a 5-4.
just like a straight putt to me. Yeah.
It looks straight. If anything, just a little left side.
Okay.
You don't mind, so there's no controversy.
That's fair.
Shout out to Katie for hitting a cold-blooded putt. Wow, that was clutch, ice in her veins. But final score's right there, and this isn't the best 9 I've ever scored. I've actually done better, but this is easily the best ball striking day I've ever had. So maybe we're onto something. And until next time, guys.